DIY or Die, Walker Vapor Group LLC, or any of its associates do not condone nor encourage the use of nicotine, vapor products, or any mood-altering substances without the explicit consent of a physician. The content viewable on this channel is strictly for entertainment purposes only and not meant to be seen as informational or educational. Must be 21 years or older to view these materials.
Silky Pete.
Hey guys, welcome to the Mix and Vixen. We got Welcome to the Mix and Vixens, guys. We have another exciting week. This week we're going to be talking about raspberry tarts. I am actually streaming from the beach. so there's dedication. We have a show to do, and it doesn't matter where the heck I'm at. I just popped out the phone, and here I am. We got Alicia with us. Emily, hey. Say hi, guys. Jennifer Jarvis. Hopefully my phone will last through this whole thing.
If her phone does, then maybe we should have you go first when we get around to it.
Yeah, I'm actually trying to pull it off my daughter's phone right now so that I can give us the details on my recipe. Did anybody have anything to say? Wait, that was
you forgot to intro a Vixen.
Rin?
He always forgets me. It's fine.
I'm sorry. I don't have full views. So I don't see everybody like I normally do. This is exciting,
we can't let you forget Rin.
No, I can't forget Rin. I love Rin.
I love you too, baby.
Anyhow, I hadn't heard you talk, and sometimes that's the issue right there. You don't talk. Anyhow. Who's excited about the recipe? Which one of you girls had a great time making it?
I found a raspberry I can actually taste, so I got pretty excited about that.
Do you have problems with raspberry?
Yeah, it's like how some people have problems with strawberries. I have the same issue with raspberries. So I can't taste most raspberries. Some of them I can't even smell. I had a hard time making a raspberry flavor that I could actually taste when we did that raspberry crepes episode a while back. So I finally found one that I can actually taste.
Which one is it?
Delosi.
Delosi?
Yeah, the Delosi raspberry. I can actually taste it. I was like, oh my god, yay! It's I mixed it with an Aware raspberry, and like I was able to end up. It helped make it so I could taste some of the Inawera too. So I was pretty happy about that.
Awesome.
Cool.
I really enjoyed this week. My mix turned out pretty tasty, and I discovered a new raspberry combo that I really liked. So it was fun.
Fantastic. How about you, Jennifer? Which one did you use? Hello?
You're muted.
Trying to get there. I kept losing my screen.
Oh, look at your hair.
I actually am not sure which one I'm using because I have one that's raspberry, but I also have one that's rhubarb.
Ooh.
Since it was red.
Yeah, that's the thing with the picture, right? It didn't necessarily say raspberry. It could be whatever you interpret it.
So I'm kind of testing them right now. See which one actually I'm putting.
Test away. We'll make sure you go last so that you have
to
test.
Yeah, I did mine with raspberry and strawberry. And I think I'll go first in case for some odd reason I lose signal out here. I've got it pulled up right here. So I called mine red bars. I guess I should have gone with everybody else's, but maybe not because I was just interpreting the picture. It's under red bars and then I hashtagged it Mix and Vixen. So if you guys want to follow along, I used Strawberry Ripe from TFA and Juicy Strawberry Raspberry from TFA because those two are very jelly to me. And I was trying to create the jelly center of the cookie. I used FA Raspberry, a touch of it in there just to get some of the realistic notes in there and deepen the berry flavor. I built a cookie out of lemonade cookie from TFA to give it that lemony kind of zing that some bars have in them. I kind of like lemon and raspberry most of the time. And vanilla cupcake from Capella, because for some reason, I am in love with that flavor recently. I never used to be, but nowadays it's like my favorite cake.
I've been using the crap out of that flavor. Just as anytime when you want a generic sweetness, it's like a little bit thick, right?
Yeah.
It's such a good flavor. It's like
and it kind of morphs this recipe. Like it starts off kind of crispy and then it turns into a chewy bar, which is also good. So
nice.
I enjoyed it both ways. You know, chewier bar comes in after steep, I guess, from the Bavarian cream. So for the cookie, I used the lemonade cookie, the Cap vanilla cupcake, and an FA cookie, because FA cookie is instead of using AP, I like using FA cookie because it also has wonderful buttery kind of flavors to me. It gives it the texture that I need in there.
Yeah.
And then for the frosting, I used a little bit of Bavarian cream and meringue. Bavarian cream makes it kind of creamy, but at the same time, the meringue gives it that crunchiness, the confection part of it. And then I added sweetener to even boost that confection part a little bit further. It's a pretty decent, pretty good red berry kind of recipe. In the cookie
I've
aspect.
never used lemonade cookie by TFA. How is that?
Oh, it's great. For me, if I wanted to build, it doesn't have the astringent notes of most lemons. It has, it's a fake lemon kind of flavor. It's really good to make cereals out of. If you find that most lemons have that too much of a citric and pledgy kind of taste, the TFA lemon cookie does not have that. It's more of a fake lemony flavor. So it gives it a little bit of zing, but without too much, because it's got plenty of the fakeness. Since this is a cookie, it's supposed to be confection, sweet, delicious, and fake. It's not supposed to be too natural.
So, did you have any challenges with this recipe? Was there any flavor that you kind of was tough to work with, or?
Well, I would say that balancing the strawberry and the raspberry was a challenge, because I always try to go heavy strawberry and lower raspberry. And this was kind of flipping my norm around in the other direction. So it was a little challenging, but not because the flavors are challenging, but because I wanted to make it strawberry. You know, it was more of a preference thing. But raspberry works great for people that love raspberry. That one it's pretty good. And you know, a lot of people don't like TFA juicy raspberry because it's so fake, but I think in a dessert, it kind of works. In a jam situation, it works. And it's a goodie but oldie, you know what I mean?
Because it's got like that, a little bit of that body that, you know, you want in like a jam. And I don't know if we showed the picture at the beginning of the episode, but it is like
like a jelly
layer that I think that would do a good job with.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to get too real with it. I was trying to make a candy, desserty, sweet vape.
Awesome. It looks
Anybody
good.
else have any other questions for me? No? Well, who wants to go in second? Don't everybody volunteer at the same time. It seems every week I have to get you guys, pull you guys out of that comfort zone.
I'll go second. By the way, I totally also used vanilla cupcake in mine.
I did too.
There you go. I don't know what it is. All of a sudden, I like it even better than any of the yellow cakes. I don't know. I guess we all change. Time changes the way we mix.
Well, this is perfect for that frosting note.
Well, I kind of used it a little bit for that, but I also actually used frosting in mine from Flavora.
Nice.
And then, like, I used a combination of the sugar cookie and the vanilla cupcake to make kind of that almost shortbread note. And then I added in a hint of the butter tart again. I brought that back because I wanted to add that more like buttery, almost like slight light spices to it. So that is really just a great flavor. So definitely, again, always low dose on that one. But yeah, and then for once, I'm being able to taste a raspberry. I was shocked. I figured I would just do a different fruit, to be honest, when I was making it. But I was like, I really want to do something that's related to the image more and stick with the raspberries. So the Delosi raspberry, definitely, I can taste it. I tried it originally at a higher percentage. I tried it where I was at 2% Delosi and then 1% Inawera, and I couldn't taste the cookie. I even upped sugar cookie by quite a bit. I upped vanilla cupcake, and I threw FA cookie in there, and I still couldn't really taste the cookie. Like, it tended to overwhelm the other flavors is one of the things I noticed. So I dropped it down to 1%, and I dropped Inawera down to 0.75. And I haven't gotten to try that version of it after a steep, but hopefully that won't drown out the sugar cookie as much. I notice it a bit more now. When I remade it, I dropped the FA cookie as well because I didn't feel like it was necessary to have that many different things for the cookie. But, yeah.
So is the cookie pretty relevant? Is the cookie pretty relevant in there?
It's well, I mean, this isn't steeped yet, so I don't know how dominant it'll be in the end, but like, it's definitely, there's the hint of cookie is in there. It's more of a hint right now than completely muted out like it was before. It's noticeable though.
Well, I think the cookie comes out. It gets stronger with steep. I've never seen cookie fade. Not often. How much did you use of the cookie?
Well, when I tried it, where I had the raspberries up at a higher percent, the cookie, I had sugar cookie still at 3%. I had vanilla cupcake at 2%, and then I had 1% of FA cookie, and I couldn't taste it.
I wonder if it's the cupcake that does it, because the cupcake for me, I think after a while it made it chewier rather than crunchy.
It was like there was no cookie note at all after it had steeped. Like, the raspberry just overwhelmed it for me, but I think it was just because it was too high. Like, it just.
Well, I don't know about the Delosi raspberry, about how jammy that is, but I know Inawera raspberry is just a very, like, a top heavy and vibrant raspberry.
Yeah,
I wanted it to be more like a fruit preserve than like a straight up jam or like jelly or something. Like, I wanted it to have still that citrusy element to it, and have like a fresh but jammy raspberry, I guess, if that makes sense.
That actually sounds really good. I think I'm gonna have to order that from Delosi's myself.
I was pretty happy.
That's the only one I don't have.
And then I had to throw some strawberry in there too, just in case, because
a little bit of strawberry does help raspberries for sure.
I think so too.
So I threw that in there, and then of course I used some blood orange, and the blood orange is like there's just a note of it. It's not like a super dominant flavor. It's almost as much of a note of it as the cookie is there. So it's really more raspberry present.
I bet the blood orange is great for brightening up the raspberry.
Mm-hmm.
Where you don't necessarily can't pick it out as like another flavor, but it's there to kind of brighten everything up and just give it a hint of mystery.
Yeah, it's like what is that extra note I'm tasting?
Yeah, and I tell you, if we weren't mixers, a normal person probably wouldn't even pick it up. They would just see it as delicious.
Looks awesome. I love how different I know we probably say this every episode, but I love how different we all come up with the same thing, and then how the different similarities. Like, we're all using, a few of us are using the vanilla cupcake and stuff like that, and how both you and Jen use strawberry with your raspberry. It's so neat to see how the mixers' minds work in developing recipes. It's really cool.
Well, we'll all find some similar things that eventually we'll come to the same conclusion that certain things just work really well together, like raspberry and strawberry. They work well together, but they work well together with real fruit anyway. Like, if I'm going to have a fruit salad, I want both of those things in it if it's like a berry salad or something. So I can see people going to the same conclusion, backing up raspberry with strawberry and stuff.
And another thing that's fun is mixing somebody else's idea of what this recipe is. Like, when I go back and I look at the recipes, I'm like, wait, I think I have all of these flavors. Let me try this way and see what it comes out like.
Mm-hmm. All right.
So,
Rin, do you want to
any
go,
other
or should I talk about mine?
I can go. Not super thrilled with mine. I'll get that out of the way. So I don't know if it's up yet. I'll start talking about it anyway. So I try to stay fairly traditional. The only kind of different thing I did is I used pomegranate orange by Jungle Flavors because I really like the orange in it, and I like that flavor in general. Plus, I was hoping that the pomegranate would mix well with the red raspberry.
Yes, I bet.
Yeah, from Flavora. Then I use sugar cookie as kind of like the cookie base. And then for the icing, I used a combination of white chocolate or chocolate white from Health Cabin, and then cream cheese icing from Lorenz. I don't know. I don't know if it just hasn't steeped long enough because I did mix it like I think Wednesday or Thursday. It was fairly late, but it just tastes a little bit, what is that word? Astringent, I guess, to take a word from concrete. And my second variation wasn't that great either. So this is kind of just the better of the two. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's not terrible. It's just not good. It's not something I would vape of my own volition. But can you hear that?
Yeah.
yes.
How is that pomegranate orange?
It's really good. Not in this recipe necessarily, but in general, it's a very good flavor. It's very unique. I got it on a whim because I think it was on sale from eSig Express. They'll have just random sales. So I grabbed it. Plus, I've had pretty good luck with Jungle Flavors in general. I don't think I've tried anything from them that I absolutely couldn't stand. So yeah.
And I love that you used Health Cabin's chocolate white. That's my favorite white chocolate also. And I almost went with the white chocolate in mine, but just went with the cream cheese icing instead. So I like that you turned it into a white chocolate cream cheese icing.
Yeah.
I almost did white chocolate as well. Like I saw the white chocolate in there, and it looked like white chocolate in the image, and I was like, I'm glad one of us did at least.
Yeah. The only thing is like I don't know if the white chocolate and the icing don't mesh well, but it was almost a little waxy, which I mean, icing kind of is, but I don't know that I want to vape wax. So I don't know. It just
so maybe all the authenticity is a little too much. Some for me, flavor always trumps authenticity.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm not thrilled with it, but I mean, it is what it is. I'm not a big fan of orange in vapes, to be honest. Like in the other variation, I use sweet tangerine, which I think was the off-putting note in it. I also tried to use cake batter for that buttery, a very, very low percentage.
Oh, yeah.
It's the first time I ever used it.
And that's all you could taste, probably.
I don't know. I was tasting something. Not really sure what it was. That was the thing is like in both variations, the fruit note kind of just got lost. And I don't know if it's the icing or a combination of the cookie in there that just kind of buried it. So I really don't taste much of it. And I mean, my percentages are low, but I mean, they're always low. So I don't know if they would just need to be adjusted or what, but I don't taste much of any of the fruit notes. But yeah, I'm not a fan of vaping orange in general. I just find most of them to be not good.
Yeah, if it's like an accent in something, every now and then it's okay, but I'm not a big just orange fan. I did a cranberry orange muffin that was pretty darn tasty, but it's, I don't know, normally not just an orange kind of.
Well, I think I'd mix that recipe. I mean, it looks interesting enough that maybe it's just a matter of adjusting a percentage, or maybe it's just a matter of waiting for it.
Yeah.
Because, orange sometimes is tricky and you just have to wait for it.
How long did you let your steep for before you finalized it?
Well, I literally just tasted it today. I started school yesterday, so that's kind of been the thing on my mind the most, because I haven't had a lot of time to prepare for that because it was very spur of the moment.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's what that was about. But it's only been steeping. I think I mixed it on Wednesday or Thursday, something like that, and I just tasted it today. And I was like, oh, neither of these are that great.
Oops.
I mean, it happens.
You have bangers every week, you know.
No, that's for sure. Not me, anyway.
It just goes to show that you're actually doing the work. You know what I mean? Like, and you're on like you're real, basically.
Yeah, I mean, I could say it looks great or it's amazing. I don't like it.
Yeah,
I really don't.
I'd rather you're honest and tell us if you don't like your mix than just try to praise it all, or something like that, and then have people mix it. And
Yeah, but I'm also very picky, so that's something to take into account too. Like, I don't like 90% of what I try, so.
I bet you give it a week or so, and it might be better for you.
yeah,
That cream cheese icing needs a steep to be decent for me anyway. No matter how low you go with it,
Yeah, I don't have a whole lot of experience with that flavor, but it smelled really good. And
yeah. Oh my god, it smells so good. It smells so much better than it tastes.
Yeah, it tastes good, right?
It's just like the smell on it. It's fantastic. Like, I think that I might have to make some like lotion or maybe some like chapstick or something with it.
So I use a flavor in my recipe that tastes almost as good as LACCI smells. And that is one-on-one vanilla custard cheesecake. Thanks to Vert, put me on that flavor. So I used 2% FA raspberry, 1.5% TFA cheesecake graham crust, because we talked last week about some of the bars having like a graham cracker layer to them, and I think the cheesecake graham crust is just good because there's a little bit of cheesecake, so that just adds to the vanilla custard cheesecake for the cream cheese frosting. And then I used 2% Vape Train Shisha raspberry, which is my new favorite. I know I just turned Shindo onto Innowear Shisha raspberry, but this one, it's a very jammy like raspberry, but it's got a lot of body, but there's no vibrancy or top note like to it, which is why I added the FA raspberry. Like, so that those combination make a full raspberry jam flavor. And then 3% sugar cookie, 1.5% Capella vanilla cupcake to add a little bit to the shortcake bar and also the frosting note. Because when you do it low, you get more frosting than you do cake. And then just a 1% one-on-one vanilla custard cheesecake.
I haven't tried the Vape Train Shisha raspberry yet. Like, how similar is it to some of the other ones? I'm only curious because maybe I'll find out about two raspberries.
Yeah. We Noted just did a raspberry episode not too long ago, and so I tried them all, and the closest one it resembled to me was Innowear Shisha raspberry.
Yeah. It resembled what? A regular strawberry? I mean, regular raspberry?
Sorry?
It resembled what? A jammed raspberry or a natural?
A jam. It's a jammy, syrupy, deep, full-bodied part of the raspberry. It doesn't have much it's almost like an all mouthfeel raspberry. There's not much flavor to it. Like, it doesn't have the top notes that like Innowear raspberry does or FA raspberry, which is why I had to bring those in. But it just has a really good mouthfeel and body to it. So
the Innowear Shisha raspberry is so far the only other raspberry that I've been able to taste. So if it's kind of similar,
it is, yeah,
to that one, then I'll have to pick it up, test it out. I'll add that to my next order. Oh, this looks interesting. I don't have the vanilla custard cheesecake either.
It's worth picking up.
Okay.
It's like I said, it almost tastes as good as Loran's cream cheese icing smells. Not quite, but almost. It's pretty tasty.
Well, let's hope there's some good Memorial Day weekend sales coming up. I'll add a bunch of stuff. I love vape mail.
Jake,
So,
My turn?
have you reached the
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like anything that I mixed this week, as usual, because I don't seem to like raspberries at all. I've come to the conclusion I hate raspberry. The rhubarb one I did, I don't know if it's my taste buds or if it was the recipe that I did. It just didn't come out right. I don't know if I just don't like rhubarb either, but I did another one that had some marzipan in it, and that one came out really weird. And this one was the least weird of all of them, but I just don't like the raspberry notes. I don't know if it's me or what, but other elements of it is good. I can taste the sugar cookie down at the bottom, and the popcorn just kind of brings it more into a biscuity kind of shortbread cookie.
That is so
has
cool.
Bit of a caramel kind of note to it. The frosting I can kind of get, and mixed with the cream and the brie cheese, that just makes it, and the yogurt, that just kind of makes it into a cream cheese frosting. I can taste that. I don't get any passion fruit. I probably should have used that a little bit higher. I probably would bump that up to more like a half, 0.75% maybe. But the raspberry choice, I don't know if I think it's Flavor West raspberry that's throwing off the funky notes that I'm getting. Because I know FA's raspberry has that slight floral note, which I like, but I was hoping the Flavor West raspberry would bring the candy raspberry kind of in and make it a little jammier.
Yeah, but I find that the Flavor West raspberry is sweet, candy sweet, but it's more like lollipop sweet instead of jammy. So you might be right. That might be the note.
I think that's the one that it's something funny. It's like an almost chemical kind of taste that I'm not liking in that raspberry. So maybe if I replaced it with something like the Delosi raspberry when I get it, or trying to think, maybe when I get Vape Train's Shisha raspberry, I might swap that one out and try it. But it wasn't bad overall. I can take this recipe and switch out the raspberries and try something a little bit different with it. I think the base would probably be really good as an overall
By the way, I don't get any sort of an super off chemical notes from the Delosi raspberries, so that would be a good one. Yeah, there's a slight hint when you first mix it, but that could be the combination of the other fruits in there. I need to do a single flavor testing of it still. Yeah.
I'm super excited about trying sugar cookie and popcorn together. That just sounds so cool.
I find that Flavor West popcorn is useful as everything but a popcorn.
Flavor, you mean?
I asked Jen to mix up my recipe that I did back some months ago with Jerry on the Mix Life contest that we did, and it was a cake pop, and it was all Flavora, and it had the popcorn and the frosting in it.
Yeah,
with the sugar orchid.
I remember that. Yeah,
Jen was saying that it turned out like a buttercream frosting.
It was delicious. I mean, right then when I first mixed it, even the first 2 weeks, it was good. It was good. I could see where it was going. It wasn't bad. But I mean, the other day I was out of juice and I was sitting on the couch and I didn't feel like standing up, and I have all my little testers next to me, and I was like, this goes with this. I put it in there, and I had text her. I was like, hey, that recipe you made last month, that thing is wonderful right now.
I like mixing the popcorn in with various things. I mean, the frosting is a good example, or the cookies, or graham cracker crust, or anything where you want to really impart like a rich caramel flavor without really being caramel. It's weird.
Yeah, it seems to me like it's got the buttery thing going, the AP thing going, a little bit of the caramel, like
A little bit of the maltol kind of.
out as a caramel.
Yeah.
Wait, there was also another flavor in there that I have started using a lot, and I can't remember the name of it.
The cupcake batter?
Yes, the cupcake
Yeah.
batter. That's exactly right. That cupcake batter is really darn good, man. After steep, I mean, it's pretty good up front, but I mean, I'm adding that stuff to everything.
Isn't that one of the ones that has like a ton of like sucrose or something in it?
I think that one might have fructose in it.
Flavoras? No.
We're talking about Flavora.
Oh,
Okay.
Flavora's cupcake
I
batter.
thought you were
Yeah.
talking about. Wait, is it Flavor West? Is the other one?
Flavor West has a cake batter dip.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's the one I'm confusing it with. Okay,
Yeah.
that
That's really good too.
Cupcake batter.
Yeah, I have that one back there. I'll have to. I haven't actually played with it yet.
It lacks
many
the
flavors.
cake notes.
Yeah, it lacks the cake
Right.
notes, but it has everything else that you want in a
Yeah.
cake.
Which is fine because it's supposed to be the batter, right? So,
I guess if you put it that way.
like, I bet that would go great in just like an ice cream vape, and it would taste like you're vaping like Cold Stone or something.
I don't know. I've added it to everything at about 1.5%.
Did you just? You did, didn't you?
You get maple from it.
Maple
Do
from
I-
what?
The cupcake batter.
No, I get brown sugar.
Yeah.
You're
More of a
you're
brown.
you're over there in Canada where you guys taste everything as maple.
No. I'm not the only one. I know. Dave is one who I think got me thinking about maple when I vaped it. Now that's all I can taste is maple.
Don't even say that because now I'm gonna taste maple in it.
I ruined it for you.
No, I don't think you can. That stuff is really good. I mean, I added it to my strawberry cheesecake that I've been vaping for 3 years, and I just all of a sudden I was like, you know what? I need something different. I don't feel like mixing. Let me just add 1% of this to this.
Well, and, no, maple's nothing to be mad at either. So even if you do get maple, it's good.
What's the chat saying since I can't see chat today? Anybody asking any questions or anything?
We were all just talking about the weird sound we all heard. Not
Were
sure
those-
if it's seagulls or
Were those the seagulls above me? Yeah,
yeah, it sounded really weird. It sounded like a creepy that.
that. Yeah, those are seagulls.
Yeah, well, they sounded creepy, like almost like a weird dog toy or like a creepy.
Hold on, let's see if we
clown.
can catch one of them flying.
Beach life.
I know, I'm so
Okay.
jealous. I want to be on
I
the
can't
beach.
hear her anymore. She's just talking and there's no sound happening. No, I don't know if she can hear us anymore. No, we lost audio on on Jen, not Jarvis. Jarvis is just muted. So let's all talk about this. We got some blonde hair going on here. I'm really happy about this. It looks really cute, and we officially have a blonde back on the show.
Yeah, because you've gone purple.
I know. I went purple and
places.
we did. Well, I mean, I went for the very unnatural tone, and well, it's fun though. So about these recipes, did you guys find anything seriously complicated when you were making yours? I mean, besides trying to like add a weird orange note or
I had trouble with mine balancing the two strawberries together because I originally had 3% Vape Train Shisha and 2% FA raspberry, but I didn't get the vibrancy of the FA wasn't coming through enough, so I knocked the Shisha down to 2% to let the bright top notes of the FA come through more. Because otherwise, it was kind of muted. And it's one of those. It's really good off a shake, and even a couple days. But the raspberries tend to fade if you let it steep for like a week or longer. So it's one of those like when you mix it, you should vape it within a few days. But it's hard to keep those top notes of the raspberry from being vibrant.
Yeah, I wish I had less problems with tasting raspberry. I can't pinpoint like anything I can relate this Delosi raspberry to, just because I don't have any like experience really with other raspberries, but glad I can taste it. So let's see. Do we have any giveaways we could do today or no? Do we want to do any today?
You can always give away an ATF code.
I think we're all out of those.
Are we?
We might be. I don't know.
Alicia has gone through them.
Hey! It's because whoever posts the flavor profile gets one too. We might not have gone through them all the way. I don't know how many we've given away yet, to be perfectly honest.
Well, did we have any submissions on our Facebook?
I think it's been pretty quiet.
I hadn't checked in the last few days.
They don't love us as much as they used to.
I know.
Have you guys gotten to work on anything besides this recipe this week?
Nope.
Not really. I'm still kind of in a flavor funk because my taste buds are still messed up from my allergies. So I've just been vaping various blends of Flavor Art Cam blend with stuff like the new Pazzo King flavor, and Joker, I think is Jack, the strawberry one. I just mixed that in with the tobacco, like 3 or 4%. It's delicious.
That Jack, that's the one that's like those strawberry candies with like the stuff in them in the middle, right?
Yeah.
Candy with the stuff in them.
It's like a juicy strawberry candy, and it's a really good strawberry, like just used as a strawberry flavor, because it's just a nice blend.
Nice.
And I like the black currant too. That one's just delicious.
The King.
Yep.
The King is very good. It doesn't taste like black currant to me though. Do you get that from it?
It tastes like the black currant candies that I get from the UK, that my husband's mother sends over and stuff. The little like jelly baby candies and stuff. There's like sugar coated black currant, and that it's a common candy over there. So it tastes just like one of those.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting to like that one because I honestly don't like Flavor Art black currant all that much. I used to, but now I just don't.
I've always had to temper it. You always have to put something in with it.
Yeah.
Either a strawberry or something juicier, even grape or apricot. I always like to tame it down some because it's kind of like in your face black currant.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It just seems to ruin everything I add to it, but it could just be me. But I really did like that King. It kind of surprised me that I liked it because I wasn't expecting to with it being black currant, but it's like smooth. It's not just like boom. But I don't get black currant from it at all. It tastes like a gummy bear to me, or a gummy worm, a red gummy worm.
But isn't that what gummy worms are? Those red ones, aren't they a black currant flavor?
I think so.
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
That would make sense.
I've always heard that that those red gummy bears were like black currant flavor.
I still like the orange and the white gummy bears best, I think. So that whatever silver line gummy bear flavored one is fantastic, I think. Right now I'm working on I'm still working on it, but it's like a cookies and cream ice cream, but a mint cookies and cream ice cream. And it's coming along. Yeah.
Can you give us a hint on what cookies and cream flavor you're using?
Yeah. Well, okay. So there's there's a couple of different things going on in it. Of course, LB for the vanilla ice cream for the base of the ice cream, but I'm using let's see, creamy milky undertone. I'm using creme de menthe for the mint. There's a little bit of ice in there as well from Flavora. And then I'm actually using 2 different cookies and cream bases. I'm using RF and then Flavora. And so far, like this, I think that this version that I have right here might be the final one. I'm just waiting for it to finish steeping out. And then I'll probably end up posting it. But yeah, it's turning out pretty tasty. The mint is like at the right amount. It's kind of looks like it'd be kind of high. I've got it at 3% for creme de menthe.
Oh, nice. Are you using Flavor creme de menthe or Flavor West?
Flavor West.
Nice. Mint and chocolate is one of those combinations that so good.
What's like the Oreos instead of like a regular cookie and cream?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, like the Oreo is like such a. It's not a real chocolate to me. So yeah, it's definitely like a. It's more of a chalky kind of cookie in a sense, but yeah, like fake chocolate. It's trying to imitate the what is it? Ben and Jerry's cookies and cream mint ice cream that they have.
At some point, somebody's got to give us a coffee to work on.
A coffee?
Yeah, like a chocolate coffee. I can't wait to make a frappe of some sort. So, hey, hint
Need to find
to
a
the
good
crowd.
coffee.
Hint to the crowd.
Was it caramel coffee and sweet milk by Perlium? Try that.
That is bomb.
It's so good.
I don't even like coffee vapes, but that one it tastes like a caramel frap.
Frappuccinos. Yes. Just so
all
good.
by itself.
I have to order that one then. I definitely don't have that one. You know, I've been using the OSDIY Lotta Latte a lot, and then I use Flavor Art cappuccino with it, and a little bit of Up, and I mean chocolate and stuff. So I mean, I cheat because you know the OSDIY is like a one shot.
Yeah, if you want like a stronger coffee note than the Perlium, because it's good. But if you want to add, try Wonder Flavor Brazilian, a little bit of Wonder Flavor's Brazilian coffee to add to it to make it stronger. That's just like a strong black cup of coffee, but it's a really good coffee.
And it doesn't have any of the burnt notes.
No.
So hint to the crowd, give us a coffee, guys.
We did also have a question in the chat about what our favorite cookie bases were from D-Millen.
Mine is FA cookie and cap sugar cookie.
I always default to sugar cookie, like, and then build off of it from there and change whatever I'm building based off of the recipe. Like, but sugar cookie just makes such a great base.
Yeah, it's hard to go wrong with cap sugar cookie.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, but for me, it doesn't have enough texture.
yeah, I was just gonna say that you use a little bit of FA cookie to crisp it up, you know, because FA cookie is just like AP with a little bit of butter to me, you know, like so you use the FA cookie then if to crisp it up, or you can use like graham cracker clear or something as well. But sugar cookie is your main cookie base. So good.
Well, since I can't use cap sugar cookie because the V1 has way too much DAP in it for me, I've started using Delosi's sugar cookie. And I like using a bit of Flavora's graham cracker, and I actually don't mind TFA's DX graham cracker, but that's if I want a spicy biscuit kind of graham cracker, not just a plain, more biscuity cookie. And I usually add a little bit of a cream of some sort, usually Flavora's sweet cream, just to smooth it all together.
I've also been adding a lot of Indoor biscuit lately to my cookie base.
I can't vape that stuff at all.
Oh, it's so good. It's just buttery and it's got a little bit of spice, but it's
Yeah, I can't really vape that either.
buttery, crispy cookie.
It was instant wheeze, like one puff,
Oh, no.
and it was bad. It was super harsh on my throat, and it was like something in it is extremely irritating. Not just the DAP reaction; it was just something was super bad in it.
And
It
for
was
me,
like
it gives me
FW yellow cake.
and for me, it gives me. I mean, and everybody's so different, so I can't say anything because I'm sure that I'm like Jen, one of the minority versus the majority. Where for me, it's so thick on my tongue that it gives me vapor's tongue.
Yeah.
Huh. Weird. Yeah.
But Flavor West butterscotch does that too. So I mean, it's got to be the DAP for me.
Yeah. You guys are just super sensitive to those psyche tones.
I mean, I use them. I mean, I use Cap vanilla cupcake, and that has DAP in it. So I mean, I don't know. I guess it just depends on the percentage. So next week we have milk tart. That's going to be a challenge.
Let's pull up that picture, James, if you could, and see what we're doing next week. That'll be fun. And guys, if you guys need to participate and mix along with us, and we can showcase your recipe and see what you guys have done. It'd be really interesting to see what you guys do with these pictures. But I've never had a milk tart in my life, and I want one. Looking at this picture, it looks really good.
I think I might have to make some so I know what the heck they taste like. I'm looking at other images of them online, and they look interesting. Like almost like a pie.
Do they seem
Although
pretty
those ones-
involved to make, like the real thing?
I don't know. Let me look at the actual recipe really quick.
Yeah, I might have to make them. I won't be here next weekend for the thing, but I'll mix
These
them.
are totally like a South African type of pastry almost.
Yeah, it looks
Like almost all the recipes I'm seeing, they're all either linking to a South African milk tart or milk tart, MELKTERT. So, and then on other ones, it's either linking to actual South African websites or it's kind of interesting. I'm gonna have to make these. Give them a shot. I can't read some of the language that this person's speaking in this. But yeah, it looks like it's. I mean, they look pretty simple. It's just like lots of milk goes into it. Egg,
It's basically
sugar,
custard.
butter. Yeah, it's exactly like a custard, except for probably
with
more
a little
cinnamon.
pie crust. Boom.
Not all of them have pie crust, actually.
It's not quite as eggy as a custard. There's a little more milk in it
Yeah.
because you'd usually use more than 3 eggs in a traditional custard. So it's a little more milky than eggy, and a little bit of vanilla. It's really not much, and then some crust, and it's regular just pastry crust. So like FA apple pie.
Yeah.
We're all going to be using that next week.
So is it like a flan inside a pie crust?
Basically, yeah. Baked, kind of like a cheesecake, only without the cheese.
Well, a lot of places do bake their flan instead of giving it that water bath. What do you call that? I'm
Yeah,
brain dead.
it's a water bath.
Huh?
You bake them in a tin of water.
Yeah, but some people actually bake the flans. I don't, but I mean, I've seen somebody that pulled theirs straight out of the oven, and I was like, whoa.
I thought that's how you cook flan.
In the oven?
Yeah, I thought it was a baked dessert.
Not the way I make it. You use one pot with water in it and another one with the flan in it, and you cover the one up. What do you call that?
Double boiler.
Double boiler. Thank you. I'm brain dead. But yeah, that's how I make mine. It's in a double boiler. It's not in the oven at all.
This is interesting. Some of these are showing that you bake them, and some of these are showing that you make the filling on the stove, and then when you're all done,
You bake
it's like literally all on the stove until the very end. You pour it into the shell that's already baked, and then you chill it. So there's like interesting.
So it's like a
And
no
they make
bake
it separate.
cheesecake versus a baked version of cheesecake.
Yeah,
Right.
I'll either stovetop cook it or you bake it, but don't know. It's kind of interesting that some of them are doing one way and some are another.
Well, either way, it looks delicious.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited about it.
Yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be fun to see what everyone comes up with that. So.
Well, I'm gonna make it and then I'll bring it into the office.
I have a feeling it's going to be kind of a bland vape.
I think that the most fun part about it is that we can definitely use our imagination since we haven't had it.
Who knows? Maybe it'll end up being a great all-day vape because sometimes the best all-day vapes are ones that aren't overly flavorful.
Yeah.
And probably that touch of cinnamon or,
nutmeg.
On it,
I bet
nutmeg or whatever that is, that'll give it some dimension.
Nutmeg. So
hint of vanilla, hint of nutmeg. Maybe
so
a little
for
bit of
nutmeg, we would need
eggnog,
an
maybe?
eggnog.
Eggnog would probably be a good base.
Yeah.
So, you guys gonna try to, audience? You guys gonna try to make a better milk tart than us? You should probably get on it. We gotta get on it too.
Yeah, make a milk tart or make a raspberry cookie bar and just do at the end of your title hashtag Mix and Vixen so that we can, when we search, we can look it up and we'll pick one to show on the show.
And we'll probably have to go. I'll probably go heavy Flavora since we're gonna have little time to steep. And with a milk tart, I'm thinking we're gonna need a lot of time to steep.
Some of these comments are funny. Mine's gonna taste like strawberry and cream. Check. That was check. So, does anyone else have any questions for us before we? I mean, we're a little early on the sign off, but it's okay.
Yeah, I'll get back to my beaching.
Yeah, Lonnie wants to know if we listen to music while we're mixing, and if so, what type of music do you like? For me, I don't listen to music very often when I'm mixing, but when I do, it's like profile centric. So if I'm like, for example, I'll mix. Oh, I was mixing for the contest last year. I was mixing my banana mint milkshake. And so I would be listening to My Milkshake Brings All the Boys to the Yard. Or like I was working on Dave's Pina Colada. I did his label for his Pina Colada one shot. And I was listening to If You Like Pina Coladas. Like I'll do stuff like that. I am a super nerd, James. Thanks. But it depends on what I'm mixing. I'll listen to like songs that are relevant to that. What about you guys?
I don't listen to music because I try to sneak all my mixing late night when I get some peace and quiet. And there's no telling when the idea is going to come to my head. I have been known to drive home from work at lunchtime because an idea hit my head in the middle of work. And I'm like, I've got to take an early lunch, drive home, go mix it, go back to work so that I can taste it when I get back. So it's set a couple of hours. So I don't usually have time to listen to music. It's so crazy how the ideas pop in my head. If I sit down with the intent to mix something that day, it's probably not going to work. It takes me, I start thinking about it and then the ideas pop in randomly throughout the day.
Yeah, that's pretty much the way I do it too.
I honestly, like most of the time I end up listening to a book on tape more than I listen to music when I'm mixing. I don't know. I get too into a book and then I can't put it down. And so then I'll just switch over to listening to it while I mix. But if I am listening to music, it varies. Sometimes it's like, well, most of the time it's EDM. It's just what type of EDM I'm listening to. So.
I'll listen to YouTube DIY videos like Mix Life or like In the Mix or something as I'm mixing.
Oh yeah, let me tell you that Emily, that Noted show that you're on is the biggest instigator for my Monday. I listen to that on work on Mondays. My Monday's having to run home from work to try one of the flavors you guys were talking about.
Yeah.
I really should start watching that.
I mean, it's good. I would have to say, other than this show, that's probably my favorite Shugs. It's hilarious.
We try to give you a starting point of what the flavors are like. You know, we don't go too in depth or anything, and we trust you to do your own experimentation and stuff, but we give you a good idea of what flavors are good and what they taste like and what goes with what and stuff. So.
Well, for me, it's got great comedy relief.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I never know what to expect. Dave's gonna do next, you know.
Oh, it's not just Dave. Sometimes
take his pants off, or whatever.
Sometimes just the deer in the headlight look is what makes me laugh the hardest there.
Yeah, because he loves to. He does stuff just to make me have that look, and we're always. I swear, every episode we're pissing off some country or another, like whether it's Poland or Canada. You know, we're
somebody.
Someone.
Well, on that note, I'm gonna do the spiel, the end of the show.
All right, let's do it.
All right, so don't forget, go on our Facebook page, post to the flavor profile section what flavor profiles you guys want us to mix. Maybe something coffee related, like frap related, iced. That would be
coffee.
Yeah,
coffee.
Subtle hint. Yeah, something delicious like that.
Like coffee.
Yeah.
You know what? A bunch of people will put coffee picks in there, but the boys won't pick it.
If you already see one that's like way better looking than yours, then don't bother posting, okay? Like whatever one looks the most tasty, we're probably going to go with. Well, the judges will probably pick. Don't forget to, mix up our recipes and rate them and let us know your feedback on them so that we can kind of more tailor our recipes to suit you guys, because we're here to help you guys out, and we want to make stuff that you guys actually want to vape. Try to make a better version, of course. We state it every week. Mix up recipes that you think are maybe better than ours or maybe just different and still friggin' delicious. And make sure to hashtag it with Mixin' Vixens if it's related to one of our recipes over the last couple weeks now. Like any recipe, it doesn't matter. If one of the recipes that we've mixed up it's something you want to remix and make a better version of, just tag us and post it in the Facebook group so we can see it there too. Mixin' Vixens hashtag is needed for that if you want us to find it, if we decide to actually get around and start searching. I wanted to do a thank you to all the flavors, because they let us usually do the giveaways on that. I'm sure they'd let us do another one today too if we wanted. If we had more time, but yeah, having that helps us out quite a bit. And of course, Bowl City Flavors for hooking us up with flavors like they do that, so we can make stuff for you guys. And check out all of our recipes we've made so far on all the flavors and ELR, and check out our our products that we have all over the internet. Everyone knows where they are at this point. They're in the description down below too.
That's
but
right.
Other than
Morning
that,
Moo
I have
Juice.
nothing else to say. Anyone else?
Morning Moo Juice from Bowl City Vapors.
Don't all talk at once. Jeez.
Sorry. Sorry. Jennifer just said something about Morning Moo Juice.
Yeah, Bowl City Flavors. You know how Colton does. By God, milk. Okay. By Morning Moo Juice.
Morning Moo Juice.
By Hazelpotamus Chef.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, one shot to chefs. All right, guys.
Bye.